So can people really change, and can we really grow beyond ourselves? These are questions that we deal with in mindset, as you know. And as you also know, it really takes a lot of effort to break an existing pattern, because we are all basically 95% of the programming that was done in our history. So to do something that is beyond and that is higher, that is bigger than ourselves, it really takes another kind of effort. And one event that I'm visiting here in Cancun, Mexico, is exactly how you can grow beyond yourself and how you can really make that also lasting to overcome yourself. And that is the Joe Dispenza Weeklong retreat in Mexico. So Joe Dispenza is the leading expert when it comes to, I would say, cognition, how you can change your programming, also when it comes to healing. If you really have a condition that there was no cure for it, so how can you grow beyond that, and how can you make something changing? So, and that's the motto here of this event. It's make energy matter, and that means two things. First, it is that the energy in your mind has to be created to create something that from a thought can realize into a material thing. So what you can see in your mind, you can hold in your hand, right? And then at the second point, this also relates to quantum physics. Quantum physics that Joe Dispenza, as no other in the field, has really incorporated into his teachings and into his practice, that he connects mindset with quantum physics and also explains that in a scientific way. And so that means that how to make energy with frequency to matter. And let me just wrap up here what you can expect if you're looking for such an event, and if you're searching and if you don't know, okay, is that the right event for me? First, as you can see, this is a large event. This has about 2,000 people from 70 countries from all over. Here we are in Americans, so we have a lot of Americans, Canadians, and also Mexicans here. And however, I'm coming from Europe, and it was, as you will find out, and I will wrap up later, really worth. And so what is particularly done here in this event? So first, you have the mind and the meditation component. So this is a big dive into the meditation technique, and especially how you can practice the meditation and how you can focus on, Joe Dispenza says, the unknown. So you can really get out of your old self, your old thinking, your old where you are, and make room therefore for new thoughts. That is the first thing. And then with meditation included, of course, also the right technique, because there are ways that work better and not so good. And as Joe Dispenza comes from the neuroscience, he then brings also together all these measured states of consciousness that you can see when somebody meditates successfully. So you have the normal state, the beta state, that the brain can then turn into an alpha state if you are more relaxed. But there can be other states with the brain, and that is certainly the gamma or the theta state, where the brain really gets free of the conscious here and now, and goes deeper in a hyper awake state where you can also create and drive new thoughts. And so that's the idea about the meditation. And then there is this whole idea about quantum physics that Joe Dispenza spices in here and there with his, we can already say also like lecture-like, but very enthusiastic and entertaining lessons here and lectures that he gives. So what is it about the quantum physics that can be so important if you want to meditate and if you want to change your life and want to become something new? That is that it's all about frequency. As we see here, make energy matter. So how can you make the energy into the right frequency? How can you put the thought into the, at the end, into the result? And as we know, for example, from thinking into results, it's the same idea. So you think, then you feel it, and then you do it, and you get it. So it's like, so the state would be do, and have. And so the idea is not as we know it from our, I would say, normal life and how we are trained to work, that we have this goal, therefore we have to sacrifice something, so we are going to do something, to get something, to have something, and then to be something, somebody. So this is an exact opposite, that we say, hey, this is about altogether feeling, doing, and having. So this is what we learn from the thinking into results from Bob Proctor, for example. And this here gets the scientific, approval from Joe Dispenza, where he brings in quantum physics, where he explains that if you make room for like these new thoughts and you go into the state of feeling it already achieved, and then you act from this feeling, there is a very high likelihood that you draw that results to you. And that's so interesting to also know these facts, because as Joe Dispenza also explains, if people know the back up of this knowledge, and if the people know what's behind that technique and behind the meditations, then they have just a bigger likelihood of incorporating that successfully. And I think one can really feel it here, that this is all about that Joe Dispenza wants everybody of the 2,000 participants here to succeed. I have been absolutely astonished that he is present from the early morning when the meditation starts. The meditation starts at 6 a.m. in the morning until, the day goes until 8 in the evening. And it is absolutely fascinating to see him during the meditation always on stage. And of course he has some pauses as well, but this guy really wants that the participants succeed. That can be for sure. And what I would particularly stress about is the healing part. It's not only healing yourself or changing yourself, but it is also being in service for others and to create a field of energy, a field of frequency for people who are having health conditions that there is no normal solution to be cured, to help them cure. It could be cancer, it could be neurological issues, muscular issues, where there has no regular solution found. And that's so fascinating. And I was part of a healing, a coherence healing as it's called, yesterday. And I have to say it was really touching for me, being part of such a big crowd, of such a big vibe here, and being able to impact somebody positively. And the thing is that it has an impact on you as well. And I wanted to tell you about this because, my first thing that I'm taking care of is, of course, the technology of reaching out, going live, and being happy presenting and helping people to be visible as well. But there is that technology part, which is certainly fine, but then there is the energy. And how do you get into the state of energy? And most of the times it's self-doubt, it's like feeling, oh, what do I have to say? And that's also part of the game. So therefore, broadcasting out has two sides for me, always the technology and then the frequency. And you know what is a really nice coincidence, and this is why I also feel so attached to Joe Dispenza. He says it's the energy that you broadcast will also draw the result to you. So the question is, what energy are you broadcasting at? And so whether you're doing videos or you are just broadcasting your energy out at your daily work, when you are when you're doing your daily tasks, that matters. Therefore here, this is my little sum up of the event. So I'm here at day 6, so we are awaiting 2 other meditations and healings. And this is certainly an absolute exciting event that I'm really happy that I took part at, and meeting so many interesting, fantastic participants from all over the world. I certainly would not want to miss that, and I'm happy that I came, and I really wanted to make this little sum up for you, just in case if you're wondering, is this an event that could be interesting for you? There are many people here from all ages, and I think that the young generation is especially very well represented, and that's great, because I think Joe Dispenza has a bigger vision that he would like to help everybody to create their own positive future, but then also create a positive future that impacts our world for the better. So this is it. So here from Cancun, and from the Cancun June 2023 event, here the week-long retreat. Thanks for watching, and if you like that, feel free to subscribe to the channel.